if I were to hear someone's doing math research and they're actually on a whiteboard, actually testing things out and trying to prove something, or they have a thesis, I would think it'd be like graduate work. I mean, how many undergraduates get to do this kind of stuff? Would you say is this typical? Or are you pretty smart? Is this
Toot your own horn, Theo. Toot
yeah,
your own horn.
I
exactly.
would say that it definitely depends on the institution, and Swarthmore is a very small liberal arts college. So
Mm,
I like, and one of the benefits of that is that I think that I get to have a more personal connection with a lot of my professors. Like, I don't, there's
mm,
no graduate students, so I'm not taught by any TAs. I'm only taught by directly by my professors. And along with that is kind of the opportunity to work with them directly in these summer programs that are, I mean, I had to apply, but it's not, and it is competitive, but because the school is so small, the math department is also quite
yeah.
small. So it's kind of it's on the basis of this is what I had interest in. And so I just had to speak to my professors and like learn who was going to be hiring students for the summer. What are extraordinarily competitive, and which I did apply and did not get into a single one, are REUs, which are like research experience for undergrads, which are these more like nationally funded research experiences with these, like, that are hosted by different institutions and hosted by different professors, but are like getting applicants from like all across the country, and also only have enough money to fund like 6 to 10 undergrads,
Yeah.
and those have like less than 1% acceptance rate. Like, they're getting like hundreds of applications. That is like crazy. Like, I think I know a couple people who have been able to like get into those programs. I was not, but they're, yeah, those are a little bit out there
Hmm.
and
To
more
like
Wow.
intense.
sit there and say that you know a couple of people that have gotten into these programs
Yeah.
after just saying that it's like 6 people out of like multiple hundred is pretty crazy. You gotta admit.
Yeah, I mean, some of the people that I work with and take classes with are on another level.
And so this
So
research you're doing, is this something
yeah.
you got to, is this something in particular they were interested in? And or is there a paper being written? I guess I don't really know how research works, but where does what you're doing, what does it funnel into? And who's
Mhm.
trying to get
Benefiting
this
from
research
it.
done?
Yeah.
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 So
Why
I'm
does it matter?
working, I I am working currently under one of the a visiting professor at Swarthmore. His name is Pat Devlin. He's a great guy.
Name drop.
And yeah, but that's my boss. Love him. And he is generally interested in things of like the discrete flavor, like I said earlier.
Mhm.
And he's kind of just like I didn't even know what I was working on until I got there on the first day, and he like pitched a bunch of problems and was like, I just find these all interesting and you can kind of do whichever one you want. Um, and this is why like working at like my home institution is a little bit of like it's baby steps in research. It's like meant to be a research experience for undergraduates who haven't done research before. It's almost more about like getting the experience of of learning what it means to do math research and kind of how that looks, less so about like generating like tangible results or like making a publication or something by the end of the summer,
Got
which,
it.
yeah, I do think makes sense for like the undergraduate level.
Hmm.
Pretty cool you get
Like
that
if you
experience as an undergrad. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely
that's
If
probably
unique and
amazing.
and
Great
grateful.
for the
Yeah.
resume.
if
Yeah,
if you
for
It's
were
sure.
all about the resume.
if you were to write a publication, how long are these? Because like you go onto like the library website and you look up a study and it's like 200 pages long. I doubt you're going to be writing something that long. Is it going to be like
Definitely not.
40,
It really
20,
depends, and
5?
Stop saying
let's,
numbers. He's gonna.
yeah, come
No,
on,
I know, I know,
man.
I know.
I would say that so
2.
kind of what the hardest thing about writing a proof, um, or I guess maybe like a better way to put it is that like short proofs are sometimes better proofs. Like the
Mm.
shorter your paper, honestly, oftentimes the more like renowned it will be, because that means that you found a very like elegant way to go
Mm.
from point A to point B. Um, Particular what comes to mind, um, I just took a class on this. Like there is a proof that is it's not a long proof. I haven't read the whole paper myself because it's so dense, but it's not very long. In I believe it was 2016, this Ukrainian mathematician Marina Vyazovska proved the optimality of the E8 lattice packing, which is it's entirely different field. It's analytic number theory, very different field of mathematics, but she proved the like optimality of this lattice in a like this elegant merging of modular forms, Fourier series, and lattice work. And
My favorite work.
like this is like one of those things that like an example of something that I was saying earlier where it's like, and she
Mhm.
won a Fields Medal for this, which it was like it's groundbreaking math, and it's because she merged these three fields in such an elegant way. And so like something like the length of whatever work I would produce, it's variable because there are proofs that are like hundreds of pages long that are equally as impressive, that require that like level of density in order to get from point A to point B. Like there are now, because of computers, there are guess and check proofs. There are proofs that like their strategies to go through and like check all of the cases one by one.
Right.
But something like what Vyazovska was able to do was produce like such an elegant transition from this question about lattice density and optimization and producing the result in like just those short pages is like that's high level math.
So it's about, like finding, like you said, finding connections between different fields to, like, I guess, like finding relationships between things. And then eventually that can help you do a new set of problems. But like your specific focus is finding, I guess, patterns and less so like caring about what those patterns help you do.
Yeah, I think that there is a relationship, I think, between pure mathematicians and applied mathematicians, in that the theory behind what allows applied math to happen comes from pure
Right.
mathematicians.
You are like,
Like,
they are they're standing on the shoulders of giants, and the giants are you.
yeah, exactly.